Greetings. Ayaka has mentioned you on numerous occasions. Alas, my schedule has been rather busier than anticipated recently, which belated our first meeting until today. Kamisato Ayato, head of the Kamisato clan. Delighted to make your acquaintance. I'm sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was. Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in. I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea. Let's take shelter for the time being. Don't worry, one of my people will be here with umbrellas momentarily. Ayaka was always scared of thunder as a child. Until one day, Mother told her that the sound of thunder is the voice of the almighty Shogun. After that, she would start focusing intensely every time she heard the sound of thunder, as if, by concentrating hard enough, she'd be able to hear exactly what Her Excellency was saying. This view reminds me of another time it snowed. That was a long time ago. Opportunities to bask in the sunlight like this are few and far between. Sometimes what appears at first to be nothing but a passing breeze can ultimately be that which alters the course of events. Most people hunker down against a strong headwind. Only a few know how to utilize it to their advantage. Good morning. A little sword practice while the day is young is good for the body and mind. I tend to avoid having anything scheduled during these hours. What do you say? Fancy crossing blades with me? If there's anything in particular you'd like for lunch, just let one of my staff know in advance. As my honored guest, I'm sure they will do their utmost to accommodate you. Given the hour of your call, perhaps you might stay for dinner. Ready to retire for the night, are we? Yes, go on then, you are excused. I'm not tired yet, so... Oh, it's you. I have a few things to attend to. You should go and get some sleep. Everything comes at a cost. And if you aspire to things that most could never dream of, then, naturally, there will be an unimaginable price to pay. I'm no stickler for doing things in a certain way. Whatever method you use, the important thing is that it delivers acceptable results. I heard about the little job you pulled at the Tenryou Commission. Most entertaining. It takes a special kind of person to get old man Kujo riled up enough to start tearing his hair out. Oh, to have been a fly on the wall. Trusting another person isn't easy, especially for someone of high status. Place your trust in the wrong person, and it can quite literally cost you your life. But you have placed your trust in me, and of course, I will not let you down. A vision is an eminently useful tool, so it only makes sense to put it to good use. Also, I like to think it's happiest in my possession because it has the chance to shine away in all its glory. If you throw fallen flowers onto the stove, the searing heat infuses them with one final spark of vitality. And for a brief moment, they radiate a more glorious glow than the flames themselves. It was a short life they lived, but it was by no means a wasted one. When it comes to pets... yes, I'm definitely more of a dog person myself. Cats are very independent, which has its merits. But you'll only find obedience in dogs. They'll do whatever you tell them to. What can I say? I suppose I find loyalty to be quite an attractive quality. I am confident in Ayaka's abilities, but I want her to be able to hold on to her innocence. She shouldn't have to get personally involved in power struggles, or confront the darker side of life head-on. As her older brother, it's my job to shield her from all of that. Just between the two of us, of course. Sorry, that got a little more private, a little more quickly than I'd intended. There is no doubt in my mind about Toma's loyalty to the Kamisato clan. A long time ago, partly to see where he stood, I advised him that he would be better off leaving if he didn't want to get drawn into the never-ending disputes that plague public life. Still, he chose to stay. And in all the time he's been with us, he's spared me much worry. There are very few people I trust completely these days, but Toma is one of them. She looks awfully idle the majority of the time, and yet, when it counts, she always rises to the occasion and provides indispensable assistance. Of course, you'd know far more about that than me, wouldn't you? Ah, the fireworks store owner. Yes, a most spirited young lady. The Kamisato clan is on rather close terms with her. She is around the same age as Ayaka, and the two get along very well. I trust her direct and outspoken disposition won't lead Ayaka astray. Ayaka has always been staunchly true to herself, ever since she was a young child. The cost of pursuing eternity has been great for the almighty Shogun, and for all of Inazuma. These wounds will take time to heal, and as someone with a mediating role to play in the political process, I will be sure to fulfill that which is required of me. Lady Guji has been kind to us in the Kamisato clan, but she has never quite taken to me personally. I trust you'll have heard the way she refers to me, the Yashiro rascal, and other such flattering monikers. We run into each other semi-regularly, given the overlap in our work, and despite whatever private thoughts we each may have, our working relationship is quite a harmonious one. I have no great objection to this state of affairs. Working with intelligent people always makes things highly efficient. In any case, however objectionable she might find me, she would be forced to admit that without me, she would have no one to help execute her weird and wonderful ideas. Old Man Kujo capitalized on a golden opportunity to create a most formidable weapon indeed. The only flaw in his plan being he is no longer able to wield the weapon of his creation. Once upon a time, the Kaidahara clan was a subordinate branch of the Kamisato clan. My forebears may have failed to save his family from decline, but even today I have a duty to support him. Now, naturally there is nothing I can do to restore his clan's former fortunes. But as for helping him avoid arrest by the Tenryo Commission, that is well within my capabilities. Now, he's an interesting case. The idea of pitting docile Oni Kabuto against each other in battle, I mean really. I was only speaking in polite platitudes when I gave him that little pep talk, but to my surprise, he started calling me bro. To this day, he calls me my bro Ayato without the faintest idea of my true identity. It's quite all right by me, though. I have nothing against his eccentricities. I have heard a thing or two about how Her Eminence, the Tien Chuan, operates. On the subject, I also happen to have a limited edition copy of Liyue Millennial, if you're interested. What do you say? Shall I have someone fetch it so we can play a game? You want to know about me? Things aren't always a case of the more you know, the better. Plenty of proverbs to corroborate that, as I'm sure you're aware. Maybe we'll have the chance to talk more next time. Strange tastes, you say? You seem to misunderstand me. Let me be quite clear. Most of the time, I simply enjoy watching people's facial contortions when they're put in an awkward position. Watching them squirm, you might say. Is that so strange? I would have thought you tease your little friend here on a regular basis for precisely that purpose. No? The Tri-Commission may appear calm and well-run, but I can assure you it is quite tumultuous beneath the placid surface. There is no pleasure to be had in mixing with the powers that be. I shall spare you the details. Just know that I have never done anything to dishonor the Kamisato clan. Neither in the past when I was working to bring stability to our clan, nor here in the present where I am working for the sake of all of Inazuma. You want to know about the Shumatsuban? I suppose there's no harm in divulging a detail or two to you. It's a secret unit that reports directly to the head of the Kamisato clan. Accordingly, after my father passed, it came to me. There are certain situations I cannot directly involve myself in, and in these cases, being able to rely on the Shumatsuban is often instrumental in achieving a resolution. Most of its members are orphans whom we take and raise from a young age. This way, loyalty is guaranteed to the greatest extent possible, and we are spared a great deal of worry. Do I have other tricks up my sleeve beyond the Shumatsuban? Well, naturally, if even the cunning bunny burrows thrice, then what of the cunning human? But anyway, I've shared enough of my secrets. I think it's time I heard your story. Oh, and you can spare the part about traveling in Teyvat. Tell me about before that. Hobbies. I had one or two as a child, but these days most of my time is taken up by my official duties, so they don't count. Some people treat work as a hobby, you say? Ugh, goodness me, how very exceptional. Troubles? Whenever something's troubling me, it must be dealt with, swiftly and comprehensively. And whenever someone is troubling me... Variety is the spice of life. In that sense, the milk tea medley they started serving over in Hanamizaka recently isn't half bad. You should try it sometime. Other than that, I don't have any particular preferences when it comes to the food I eat on a daily basis. I have dedicated staff to arrange my daily meal plan, and whatever they serve, I eat. You couldn't perchance tell me your own tastes, could you? Ah, I see. Okay, I've made a note of that. Now I know what to say the next time I get asked about it. It looks like I mixed up my salt and my sugar. Savory Mitsumanju. Yes, this can work. I'll give them to Toma. Happy birthday. Now, how would you like to be Yashiro Commissioner for a day, All the work has been handled already, so you can focus on simply enjoying the feeling of having an enormous amount of executive power at your fingertips. Don't worry, the retainers won't dare question it. I'll be with you the entire time. Did I just grow more competent? Goodness, how marvelous. At the end of the day, power is only a source of comfort when it is concentrated in one's own hands. I'm sure certain people are starting to grow rather nervous right about now. I've had very few chances to kick back and put my feet up since taking over leadership of the clan. But things have felt curiously different since having you around. Yes, it feels rather like basking in the sun.
Master of Inazuma Kamisato Art Tachi Jutsu, Kamisato Ayaka, present. Delighted to make your acquaintance. I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me. A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities. So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. Come with me. Let us find shelter from the rain. Her Excellency, what is she trying to communicate? Snow that once adorned the world in silver thaws to reveal the gleam of the fruit upon frost-laden branches. How picturesque. Only some tea would make the setting more complete. There's a pleasant breeze and glorious sunshine. So, where shall we go for a walk? Close your eyes and face the wind. It feels wonderful, doesn't it? Oh, good morning, traveler. Whenever I see you in the morning, somehow it makes me feel like today is going to be a good day. Good afternoon. It is normal to feel drowsy after lunch. Might I interest you in a game of Go to stimulate the mind? Greetings. An auspicious breeze blows this evening. Tonight will be peaceful. Was it one's thoughts that drew him to my dreams? Had I known it a dream, one would not have awakened. I love that poem. Inazuma Shogunate, Yashiro Commission, Kamisato Clan. Widely known as one of the most distinguished clans in all of Inazuma, it is the branch of the Tri-Commission that manages ceremonial and cultural affairs. Since my parents passed, Brother and I assumed responsibility for all clan matters, big and small. Many look up to me as the Shirasagi Himegimi and as the daughter of the Kamisato clan. But the object of their respect has everything to do with my position, and nothing at all to do with me, Ayaka. It makes me think that maybe there is only one person I know who is truly able to get close to me. Today, as in the past, I aspire to be somebody whom everyone can trust. But what motivates me is no longer the responsibilities I shoulder, or the expectations of other people. Rather, it is the fact that you are this kind of person too. If you've got time, shall we take a walk to Komore Tea House? To chat about the art of tea on a pleasant day like this seems like the sophisticated thing to do. If I ever have the chance, I would very much like to experience the festivities of another nation with you one day. Though, I will need some guidance on local customs and etiquette, and advice on what gifts to bring. Could I trouble you to give me some guidance? Visions are a seal of approval for those who are most ambitious. As for my own ambitions, they shall remain private for now. It is nothing more than an insignificant dream. It is said that the flavor of Zen is that of tea, and it is also said that the power of Zen is that of the blade. One might then ask, what does that say about the relationship between tea and the blade? Have you ever noticed the withering sakura tree in the city? For me, there is a beauty to the withering. It brings back fond memories of the spring. Most people don't agree. Sakura trees that will never bloom again are removed. But when I look at a tree, all I want is to see it blossom again. Just one more time. Toma is a dear friend. He always lifts my spirits with his sunny disposition. In a sense, I think of him as another brother, and as a full member of the Kamisato clan. Kujo-Sara of the Tenryou Commission is not known to smile, and I have had my fair share of disputes with her. She is, however, a loyal servant to Inazuma. There is no question about that. Mr. Shikanoin belongs to the Tenryou Commission, just like Miss Kujo. He is very principled, sometimes even more determinedly so than Miss Kujo. The only thing is, When it comes to the question of which matters should be governed by his principles, I believe only Mr. Shiganoin himself knows the answer. Ah, little Sayu. She hasn't been causing you any trouble lately, has she? If you ever notice her slacking off, please let me know. The Almighty Shogun? It would be improper of me to comment, given that I am one of her subjects. All I will say is that I think that Her Excellency must get lonely on the road to eternity. I've always greatly enjoyed working with Guji-Yae. Organizing festival affairs generally takes a lot of effort and doesn't generate much income, but Guji-Yae's events always come off both elegant and profitable. As the head of the Kamisato clan, Brother always has a full schedule of places he needs to be. I do try my best to share his load, but there is no changing the pressure he is subjected to all year round, and the toll it takes upon him. If you see him, remind him to take care of himself for his sister's sake. The Yashiro Commission and the Shrine Maidens are responsible for festival affairs, and Yoimiya, as a fireworks expert, knows how to create an atmosphere. So we have become well acquainted with her over the years. Public order and fire prevention? We factor these concerns in well in advance during the planning stage. To deny people the chance to see fireworks simply for these reasons would leave them feeling very disappointed. Your request is quite unusual for me. Since I see you as a friend, it would only be fair to be open and honest with you. But if this means sharing secrets of the Kamisato clan, I would ask that you keep anything I tell you in strict confidence. The Kamisato clan once suffered a major blow when we failed to protect a swordsmith of national significance. We were harassed by the Fatui. We lost many of our people, and we received a great deal of criticism. It all aged Father greatly, and severely damaged the Kamisato clan's standing within the shogunate. Brother has worked tirelessly to reverse the trend since he assumed leadership. But although our clan's position is now restored, and the Yashiro Commission is unified once more, we still rely on Brother to make the decisions on all matters of any importance. The art of blade forging taught by the Shogun varies based on astrology, application, materials used, the furnace conditions, individual personalities, and elemental changes. These differences between smiths is what gave rise to the Raiden Gokuden. Swordsmiths capable of forging renowned blades are seen as spiritual personnel with sacred abilities. And as such, they should be managed by the Yashiro Commission, which oversees all cultural, artistic, and ceremonial affairs. So naturally, the swordsmith's betrayal is the fault of ineffectual management by the Kamisato clan. My mother was the most incredible person. She was always so dignified and elegant, always smiling, no matter what situation she might be facing. She had so much to deal with in the clan on so many levels, but she took it all in stride. It was like nothing could ever faze her. Everything about her was perfect, and I say that without exaggerating. But the moment she passed away, I realized I couldn't hide behind my mother any longer. I wasn't little Ayaka anymore. What I want to say next is perhaps not befitting of a member of the Inazuma Shogunate, Yashiro Commission Kamisato clan, but unless I am mistaken, I trust that you will not take issue with this slight departure from convention on my part. That is to say, I'm a little tired. May I rest my head on your shoulder? Just for a moment. I have great affection for the arts. Music, song, poetry, shogi, and dancing. And you? Troubles? Well, I mean, that's life, isn't it? There will always be things that don't go one's way. But I do not wish to worry those around me on account of things that are my concern alone. So it is best if I keep them to myself. Openness is something I find very difficult. I constantly have to remind myself that as a lady of the Kamisato clan, there are countless people watching and countless expectations to live up to. I must be a model of exemplary conduct at all times. But even so, shouldn't I still follow my dreams? Shouldn't I share my true feelings with you? I'm fascinated by food from overseas, though I don't get to try it very often. So if I had to choose something from Inazuma, then probably Chasuke. But not when anyone else is watching, so I tell you that in confidence. Though I do not eschew animal fat and organs entirely, they are far from my first choice. Come with me. We're not going far away. I promise it won't delay you too much. I managed to find out when your birthday was well in advance, so I could prepare in good time. Hopefully this wasn't assuming too much, but I guessed you might prefer this to an expensive gift. In honor of your birthday, please allow me to perform a fan dance for you. Thank you very much. It has been richly rewarding to learn from you so far, and I believe my skills with the blade can go even further still. Thank you for your guidance. With your assistance, I am gaining a more thorough understanding of my capabilities. I feel more competent now than ever before. I even have the time outside my work for the Yashiro Commission to try some new things. Would you like to try one of my homemade snacks? I just learned how to make them recently. Though I cling to that which has given me the strength to hold on, the weight of letting go is ever foreboding. My apologies. It should be a happy occasion, and yet it is such a sad phrase that comes to mind. Our time together has been so pleasant that I'm fearful of losing what I've gained. I'm sorry. I must compose myself.